and I noticed that all people are beating themselves up about sinning, except for those who just accept the sin and they're just all in with it. No big deal. There are people like that who've accepted evil. But if you have truly seen that your heart is wicked, if you see that your heart is wicked and you have gone and forgiven, and when you can see that you're wrong for being angry, anger is hatred. Hatred is playing God. And when you play God, you judge yourself and others, right? And so when you see that you're wrong and you go and forgive, God will forgive you and he will change your heart from evil to love, which is his nature. And when he changed your heart from evil to love, no more sinning. It's impossible to sin. Sin is of the heart. Salvation is of the heart. It's not of the vices. It's not of the things that you've given into when you return away from God. It's none of those things at all. It's of the heart. Salvation is of the heart. Now, all the things you got into when you fell into anger and your heart was turned away from God, then Satan came in and he made you do the things you didn't want to do in life. All the garbage you picked up and now you're feeling guilty about because you think that's the sin. That's not the sin. Sin is of the heart. And if you open your eyes and read the Bible, you will see that it's about the heart. Salvation is of the heart. Anyone that has anger in his heart is a murderer. Anyone that has anger in his heart is of his father, the devil. It's the heart. And once the heart changed, then he would change everything. He would take away everything that the devil made you do that you wouldn't ordinarily do because you didn't have the power not to do it. The devil made you get into whatever you've been into because you were turned away from God. So stop feeling guilty about the things you've been doing or still doing and let go, and God will take care of it. He's not judging your vices. He's judging the heart. Salvation is of the heart. If you don't have love, Satan is your daddy. And so he has been given the heart. When you forgive, that's why he said before you enter into the kingdom, you must forgive. Salvation is of the heart. So when you come back to the light of God, he's going to destroy the mindset of the devil that makes you think and feel and act out. He'll take care of that. He is not holding that against you because he knows that it's not you, but the devil that made a home in you. And it's the devil that's making you feel guilty about it. You have no control over it. All by ourselves, we can do nothing. That's why we need the Spirit of God. We need to return to the Father so the Spirit of God will destroy the abnormal nature that made a home in us, which is of the devil. But every time you judge yourself for those things, you're playing God and God can't help you. He can't help you because you're saying you can do it yourself. And you think that's the sin, but that's not the sin. That's the thing you picked up. That's the devil's nature that made a home in your imagination and in your feelings. Because you can't have the feelings unless you have the thought first. But I want you to know so you can stop suffering unnecessarily. Go and forgive, and God will forgive you, and then he will take over and he will destroy the darkness. It has nothing to do with you. And by you judging yourself, and it's not even you judging yourself, it's Satan accusing you. The devil is the accuser. It's not God. The devil tell you, I thought you were a Christian. You just laid down with that prostitute. I thought you were a Christian. You just looked at that porn movie or whatever you do, right? And then you say, yeah, right. Now you're going along with it. And it has nothing to do with God. God has forgiven your sins. It's of the heart, not of the flesh. He'll take that away. And then you can keep the commandments to love one another, to walk upright, to be right. Then you'll be able to keep the commandment. And the commandments are just so you can have a free life. You don't be burdened down with all that stuff. But you can't do it yourself. So stop judging yourself. God is not judging you. It's Satan accusing you. He's the great accuser. And he'll tell you that in your mind, and you believe it, and you'll feel accused. And then Satan will tell you, that's God accusing you. It's not God. God it's done. He has already forgiven us. And the only thing you have to do is to forgive others so that you can enter into the kingdom. And forgive yourself. Because once you forgive others, you're going to stop judging yourself as well. Because now you can see that of yourself you can do nothing. Because you're covering up for the devil when you say, I'm a drug addict, I'm an alcoholic, I'm lonely, I'm this and I'm that. You're covering up evil. Call evil for what it is. It's Satan making you feel that way. It's not you. Don't let the people put titles on you anymore. They're keeping you from being free. You put these little titles instead of seeing the devil for what he is. You want to see, and title covered up sin, and it's not you. It's the devil that made a home of you.